Why hello there! It is Man of Faith, Excalibur playing as the Hive Tyrant once again. He really loves this guy, as of late. We've got Alice, also known as Piano, also known as Quack, playing as the Apothecary. Pretty slow burner is the Apo. Bit of a tough ask using him against the Hive Tyrant with all the other game pressure that the Hive Tyrant can do. We'll see how it fares for him. I will say this is a very good map for the Space Marines. You've got a lot of weird chasms and impassable terrain, these sort of areas. These rocks that cannot be crushed. This here is a little hill. So you can use this to circumvent melee and shoot at them while the melee has to run around. And then you've got garrisons all over the blooming place, which Tyranids are notoriously bad at dealing with. So we'll see. Generally, you don't want to tango in melee too much with a Hive Tyrant, but he's got support coming over with these scouts, and he can just heal off the damage if he wants. I think he's happy just to force this guy off, really. But yeah, Terma's going to get some contributory DPS into the Apo. Good timing here by Tex. He knows how far he can push that Hive Tyrant, and you can really push him quite far. Highest amount of HP out of the gate of any hero in the game, and highest DPS as well. But no sidearm, really slow. And if the enemy's actually running away from you and not standing and fighting at you, the actual DPS versus fleeing targets is quite low, due to the high attack speed of the Hive Tyrant. But yeah, Tactical Marines, man, they can just bully Termagants early on. Even if there were two, they'd bully them, but certainly an isolated Termagant can't do shit. Looked like that were a pretty good special attack there from the Apo. Gonna get another one as well, and that's really nice for him. Easy XP and a little bit of bleed as well, which is great. Attacks, oh, I was going to say, could even get some models, but they're going to prioritise going for a decap here. This rec point nearly, literally just fully matured. Boom, 30 requisition income gone from Tex. That will help, but the downside is the Hormagaunts over here have been quite oppressive. Piano here only went for one scout, so there's been nothing to contest this Hormagaunt moving around at speed 6.5, and it's caught a damn lot of the map. These Tactical Marines could contest them, especially with the garrison nearby. But I think right now he wants the two of them so he can actually deal with the Hive Tyrant. Interestingly, he's focusing the Termagants as a priority. He knows obviously you can't bleed the Hive Tyrant, rather bleed these guys, get a bit of XP for his squads, and stop them decapping the VP, which is in Piano's favour. Pretty rare for the Space Marines, especially when they don't go for double scouts, to be winning in VPs early against Nids. We'll see how long this can go on for. Tyranids have noted up this contested, and of course they own this contested here. The other disadvantage of Piano's build with two tacks is he's not got any gens yet. So it's got a bit of a power spike initially here, but with the Raveners out in the field now, there's going to be a period prior to the ASM coming out in which the Tyranids are going to have a big advantage, and they are pushing it right now, decapping the natural power of Piano. The garrison here saving the day for these Tactical Marines. They can stay in play and bleed these Homers, which is okay. They need to be careful though. If they do have to retreat through two Homers, that would be bad. Okay, they do force off one of the Homers, which is good for them because the Raveners are now rotating over, so that could be a burrow into Homers on retreat, which could be quite brutal. Attacks should probably just retreat. They're not going to be able to make the garrison with Raveners around to burrow strike. And they managed to claim a Tactical Marine to the Tyranids there. But these Homers are too light right now. They don't have the HP. Good DPS on the Apo though. And here come ASM. Great counter to the Raveners. A real melee unit. Raveners are a hybrid unit, as the unit description indicates right there. They're okay. They do have melee resist, and they don't do terrible damage in melee, but they're a bit squishy compared to ASM, with literally a 33% more HP. They're also light infantry, so the bolt pistols here are actually going to be quite dangerous. But yeah, Raveners can take buildings and shut the door behind them too, which is kind of funny. ASM jump, not going to do too much there. Going to get a model, I guess, the one that they knocked over. Yeah. But Garrison's actually annoying the Space Marines here, which is quite funny, because normally it is the other way around. Maybe a Ravener burrow? Sanguine Chainsword would put in a hell of a lot of work right now. I'm not looking at the other side of the map, but oh wow! Bit of a miss micro from Tex, loses his Hive Tyrant. I was just going to say it's just 3 units, 2 attacks and a scout, basically kiting a Hive Tyrant. But yeah, Tex really messed up his micro right there. There is another Hormigaunt in play running around this side. I don't know what's happened here with this dude being on his own. I'd shoot that fucker if I was those scouts. You've got the garrisons nearby to protect you. And these attacks are in a bad situation right now. Tempting to get the backlash here on the Warriors with Kraken rounds, but not quite going to get it. Going to be a mass retreat. That's unlucky, that. Very low HP here for 3 Warrior Brood models. Second Warrior coming out for Tex. I assume this is an Overwatch mistake. You probably want to replace your Hive Tyrant and start dropping some gens. He hasn't got any gens up yet. Triple gens have been dropped now for Piano, but he did lose his APO over here. So he too pushed his units a little too far. Oh, this is a big commitment. Not going to go too well for the ASM there, with double Hormigaunts ready to counter-initiate, one of whom has the adrenal glands. More damage and more HP on that squad with that upgrade. Also more speed for them, which is pretty nice. They're nomming down the generators, but they are going to be punished for it. They're bleeding requisition, feeding XP to the APO. APO gets level 2. So that's something for him. It means now Warriors can't special attack him. More important perhaps though is level 3, which makes his heal even stronger. He's going to get control pretty easily there. He needs to get out of there. Yeah, the ASM can turn around and deal with those Raveners who burrow away, but they're going to turn back, start spraying the ASM with those Devourers. But the Raveners, yeah, they got to fear these ASM. They're getting quite low on HP, and as I say, bolt pistols can hurt Raveners. You really don't want to lose Ravener models. It's very expensive. Hive Tyrant needs to get out as well. ASM in retreat path. There's no way to like control these. No charge on the Hive Tyrant. No rending talons. And there is energy for a jump. That should be the end of the Hive Tyrant right now. Chop, chop, chop. Dead again. Yeah, that is a big oof from Tex. Ah, a bit premature on the Kraken rounds there. You know, it was quite clear that these guys weren't ready to engage yet. So I kind of wasted them. Now, if it were just one Warrior and one Hormigaunt, the double tax and the ASM would be able to handle it easily if the ASM had the energy for a jump to disrupt. But with double Hormigaunts there, it's kind of a problem. Scout's still running around just capping and doesn't even have any shotguns. Because he can't really afford to use them in primary engagements because of the fact he only has 1. So I guess that's why he doesn't have shotguns. Even if they had shotguns, they still lose against Toxin, Sax, Termagants. So what's the point? You'd be better off getting Purification Rites on your Apothecary. And the Sanguine Chainsword. But he doesn't want the Sanguine. I guess he's saving up for the Power Axe in Tier 2. It's not a bad weapon at all. I mean, way more damage against Warriors. And that will be nice in Tier 2 because they get so tanky with their adrenal glands. And it feeds you with more energy, which then allows you to spam more heals, which have synergy with the Purification Rites. But I do think the Sanguine Chainsword would have been amazing in Tier 1. Certainly for hunting down the Raveners. Because it's not only that it makes you more durable and it does more damage, but it also increases your charge range. So you really are very good at getting into melee with these Raveners. Good use of the cover there as the ASM were slowly walking forward, minimizing the damage that they're taking. So Piano is Tier 2. He doesn't have the full farm, and that's the problem for him. But that's quite typical when you're playing as Space Marines against Tyranids. In fact, this whole thing right now is very typical. Piano is behind on VPs. Piano is ahead on tech, but has no power. And he is behind on unit count. This is quite normal. But as the Space Marine units start to level up and they get their leaders and their weapon upgrades, and then you start to get vehicles coming out, that's where things can really turn around. And you see right now the DPS coming out of these attacks just with the addition of 1 Sergeant. A nice DPS boost, and I'm not really sure what that burrow was all about. One of the Raveners does get dropped, and so does 6 Hormigaunts. That's a lot of bleed, and look at the Space Marines, they haven't lost anything there in that engagement. But this will be a game changer. Absolute game changer to get this adrenal glands. It's like a 60% HP boost or something crazy. 65% HP boost for the warriors, and what, 40% HP boost for the homers as well. Yeah, pretty nuts. But you got to get some plasma guns to counter that. He's going to get Devastators in tier 2, which is curious. I mean, I'd just grab a Razorback, you know? Why would you not get a Razorback against Tyranids? I don't really see a reason not to. Especially on a map like this, Razorback's very annoying, rotating between the mid and then pushing onto the natural farm constantly. You have to rotate your Hive Tyrant around. Going through a Venom Brood is a bit... Well, I mean, you probably do need to get it. Generally, you do need 2 forms of AV to take on a transport at high level play. Wow. Was that... What the hell was that? Was that the Homogorts getting a special on the airport? That doesn't make sense. Surely not. Must have been a Warrior Leap. But yeah, Hive Tyrant just bullying his way onto the VP. Here comes a Capillary Tower. Perhaps going to spawn in some Rippers. Devastators need to refocus the Warriors, not the Hive Tyrant. No point attacking him, you can't even suppress him. And there we go. Must be heal off cooldown on the Apo because he wouldn't have took that fight otherwise. Could have just sent them all flying with the knockback from Purification Rites and then probably was fishing for a kill on the Warriors with that lovely little Power Axe he's got. Note that the Power Axe does also increase his HP by 100. And then he's got the Armor of Purity, giving him another 100 max HP. And some HP regen, but most importantly, a 35% reduction in the cooldown of heal, which then synergizes with his Purification Rites. So the Apo is basically done now. He's not going to get any more war gear. That's going to be the state he's going to be for a while. 1 plasma gun would be logical here, help take out the Warrior Brood, and now there's a Tyrant Guard on the field. It's practically mandatory. You might even consider getting 2. But having a means of finishing off the Tyrant Guard would also be useful. If he was the Force Commander or the Tech Marine, he could get the Power Fist or the Melter Gun respectively, but the Apothecary doesn't have any direct AV weapons himself. Yeah, here comes the double plasma guns. I mean, look, you don't have to finish off the Tyrant Guard, you really don't. I've won many games against Tyranids where I just don't get AV to kill the Tyrant Guard when it goes in Shield Wall, because you can drain its energy so it can't go in Shield Wall with the Power Axe. You see it right here, its energy is going down. And even if you don't have something that drains it like that, you still can just negate it. If every time it stands up and gets out of Shield Wall, it drops, you know, loads of HP really fast from Plasma, well, it's not really doing anything. Then it's just got to go back to base or go back into Shield Wall. And then it's inactive for a very long period of time. So, you know, draining upkeep essentially from the Tyranid Eco. But we'll see. Obviously right now there's just a critical mass of melee running around with Warriors, double Homers, Tyrant Guard, Hive Tyrant. Maybe even these Raveners will go melee eventually. Not yet though. It's a lot. If he does a big timing push and attacks from multiple angles, Rippers as well now, it's going to be very difficult to control that. Piano's upkeep situation must be quite painful right now. I mean, he's gone for double Sergeants, so that's something. But you know, he's not getting any other units out. He does have the triple gens, which has cost him quite a lot. Things to consider now: Dreadnought, Razorback, Librarian, second Devastator, all would be quite useful. I think Razorback is undoubtedly the best option, especially when you've got double plasma attack. It's pretty cracked. Does he have the red for an Angels of Death? He does, but he doesn't want the engagement. Yeah, maybe, yeah, bait the enemy close to your gen farm, and then take the next engagement in Angels of Death. Also, he's got the fire support of the Devastators here. But Rippers can just charge in and tie them up, so that's awkward. But, you know, it's free XP for the plasma attacks. Here go the gen farm, though. We've now got fully upgraded scouts as well. Finally, we see the Razorback coming. I feel like that should have been out way before we got a shotgun and sergeant scout squad. So it's just been Termers versus scouts on the sidelines. I wonder if we've got Endless Swarm yet. Scouts didn't manage to get into cover as they approached, and they're going to get punished for that. Now they're using cover, which is going to help them win this fight. Termagants need to retreat. They needed to back off and get cover themselves. The risk there is as the fight elongates, you risk them getting up to 60 energy and having the energy to frag grenade you on retreat. So you gotta be careful. Okay, so Devastators are getting ambushed over here. We do have melee Raveners, cool. So they were burrowing underground there, not doing the burrow strike jump attack, but just the infiltration burrow. Let's see, what's the damage boost? Don't know. Doesn't say. Pretty sure they get a damage boost when they go melee. It might just make them power melee or something. Obviously it also makes them swap from being classed as a ranged unit to a melee, so then they get boosted by melee synapse, which also has some utility. Check that out though. Hive Tyrant now with the bonded exoskeleton, so you can see there he's popping his invulnerability ability. So you just see Piano backing off, now that's off cooldown, but he's also got the crushing claws now, so he's basically a mini Tyrant Guard himself. Really, really a lot of damage going to come out of this guy. 108 DPS heavy melee. Highest DPS of any weapon in the game on a hero. Maybe even on a single entity, now that I think about it. I don't even think super units do that much DPS in melee on a single weapon. But he's not that durable as long as he doesn't have that ability off cooldown. And yeah, really nice engagement there. Just sort of peeled beautifully, maneuvered around, poked at the Tyranids, weakened them down, split up his Razorback, caught those warriors out with the ASM, and then you add in double plasma guns. Yeah, you've got to leave, boy. And the Tyranids are forced off. Scouts down here putting the pressure on. Raveners are constantly running around the back. Well, burrowing around the back, as you can see. Oh, the Termagants got taken out by the Scouts. Oh god, yeah. Brutal. And it was over here. They were capping the VP. They obviously got ambushed with infiltration and a grenade. And this is part of the downside of going only single Homers. Sorry, going double Homers, single Terma. Yeah, you get a lot more pressure to deal with ASM early on, but Scouts are going to be a problem, and this is going to be a problem for Tex now. He doesn't have a very good means to deal with these Scouts at all on the sidelines. Angels of Death activated. All Space Marine units in play, and now the Tyrant Guard needs to get the hell out of there. This might be a shield wall situation. Yeah. Now they just refocus the Hive Tyrant. Should have his invulnerability. He does, but he's just going to get kited. And quite frankly, he needs to get out of there because he's got ASM in retreat. As soon as he hits retreat, that wears off. Oh, fucking hell, he's dead again. And there you go. Tyrant Guard is isolated. Now we can't kill him because he doesn't have any AV. But it's not doing anything, so whatever. Oh, he actually has the Vengeance round Devastators, which is moving up very, very close right now. And he can get away with it. Okay, he's not actually focusing on the Tyrant Guard. Devastators need to get inside the Razorback. Oh, they're going to go down. They're going to die. Yep, too slow on the reaction there. There's a lot of things to micro around. ASM are way too deep. Does the Apo have a heal? He does. He should. He's got the energy. I don't know, maybe he used the heal on himself. Bit of a shotgun blast there to disrupt all this melee. We're seeing quickening used by the Librarian, so knockback immunity and damage resistance for about 4 seconds. You generally use that to escape. And Razorback remains in play. Did get chipped down quite badly actually by the Venom Brood there. How the hell is that Ravener Brood still going around on 3 models? That is crazy. Wow. Venom Brood just... Nah, I was going to say taking their luck, hoping the Razorback drives forward and they might catch it. But there were gens there anyway to bash, so why not? And... yeah, we just got the 2 Tyrant Guards in play. Yeah, a bit of a fuck-up really there from Piano losing the Devastator. I think if he focus-fired the Tyrant Guard, he probably would have killed it. He was really close range. And then he just flopped when all the Tyranids moved in. I mean, look, there were a lot to micro. There really was. You know, need to get some repairs here onto the Razorback. I think the scouts should prioritise that. ASM zoning the Venom Brood out so that the Razorback can stay in play and help focus down the Hive Tyrant. Hive Tyrant himself staying in play. He knows that he can rely on his invulnerability, but again, we've got ASM in retreat path. They just turn around and finish him off. I don't know if they're gonna yet. It's a lot of HP. 300 extra max HP. It's quite deceptive. Looks like a small amount of HP, but it's actually loads. Oh, and he messed up the Razorback micro. What was it? Why the fuck did it drive that far forward? Oh, you know. I've done that. Is he gonna lose? Oh my god, he loses the ASM. I did notice scouts have rotated to the left-hand side. I just realized as well, guys, the VPs are incredibly low right now. 80 VPs for Man of Faith and only 63 for Piano. Piano is now going for a Dreadnought. Wow, he really messed up his Razorback micro, though. God damn. Just cap. Oh, he already has the VP. He doesn't need to cap. Yeah, he just needs to run away from a Tyrant Guard. This Tyrant Guard's in shield wall, healing up. You see the relentless Tyranid melee pressure right now, but that is a 2-0, now a 2-1. Tech's owning only the natural VP of Piano right now, which is curious. Yeah, I don't think you can take this VP, Piano. Well, I mean, he can sort of brute force his way through it, I guess, with the heal from Purification Rites. Where is the heal? Let's go! There we go. He's level 3 now, so it's a chunky heal, but you've got a Tyrant Guard chopping you, and that's dangerous. He needs to get out of there. Oh god, that was a special attack from a Hormagaunt right there. Thanks to the melee synapse. Ooh, that was a synaptic backlash from the special attack of the Power Axe, killing it right there. And now there are Stern Guard on the field. Stern Guard are going to run into the VP right now. So Space Marine Tacticals are reinforcing off the drop pod. Hormagaunts are still special attacking these tacks. But there's a Dreadnought. And that is scary. What happened to the scouts? They backed off. They're re-engaging. Oh, they need to be careful. They're going to get seen by the Raveners. Oh, no. They got spotted. No. That could have been a really good opportunity for him to get in there. Wow, this is a problem, though. Double tax and Stern Guard. Anything the Tyranids send forward here is going to get kind of wrecked. And unfortunately for Tex, the Dreadnought has got into charge range of the Venom Brood as well. He doesn't want to send it in. It's gonna... I mean, this Dreadnought's basically done now. There's no repairs, you know. That Scout's busy trying to sidecap. Just got forced off as well, but... Double Plasma. Stern Guard not using the correct rounds, though. They need to be Vengeance rounds if they want to deal with this TG. But, whoa, fuck me. Look at the damage. Kraken rounds. And Plasma. Kill the Venom Brood so damn fast. Now the Dreadnought can re-engage, kill a few Hormers, maybe get a bit of inspiration for the nearby Marines. Bang! Big Emperor's Fist. Beautiful. AoE damage and stun from that. And the Grenade's going to hit nicely over there on the Raveners. But not stopping the cap. What's this? The Apo is in play. I guess that's a reinforced drop pod again. Loses the Dreadnought. No repairs is the problem. Yeah, this is a reinforced drop pod. But he's not got that much requisition to reinforce any Lost Marines with. Oh, and this is a problem. Bonded Exoskeleton Hive Tyrant gets onto the VP, and you can't really stop him, even if he gets low HP. He's going to be a pain. Trying to reinforce through with Stern Guard. This is a problem. Oh, Gene Stealer's now on the field as well. Wow. These guys are power melee, so they're going to do extra damage against all these heavy infantry Marines. Good for the Tyranids. I think the Tyranids have got this. They can't deal with the Hive Tyrant. He stopped capping. No, now it started again. Piano really went all in, really, in this final engagement. Tactical Marines decap the natural. Scouts are not capping. They're idle on the natural of Piano. But they're gonna... He's gonna get forced off here. Can he get the cap? No. No, he can't. Yeah, and he won't cap in. And he's lost in the middle. Yeah, that's GG. He will get that in time, but he can't actually hold this bit here, unfortunately. Well, you know what the best counter to the TG is? It's a Razorback. And the Razorback... the Razorback died here. Why was it so far forward, man? Yeah, way too far forward. And then the Devastators got thrown. And a lot of those engagements were a bit sloppy in tier 2. But it's easier to micro the melee units, which you just air move in. Then again, you can't air move them in just a blob like this. You need to have them hitting from different angles, so that requires macro. Even if it doesn't require as much micro. But there you go, folks. That is going to be the episode for today. I hope you enjoyed this one. Getting a lot of great games actually out of Tex and Piano recently. It is nice to see. Torpid, signing out.